Greetings and welcome to Fright Night Flicks, where every night is Fright Night. I was originally planning to save this review for February, with Scream turning 30 and Scream 7 hitting cinemas around the same time, but today marks 10 years since the passing of horror maestro Wes Craven, who left us on the 30th of August 2015. As my in tribute to Craven, I want to talk about what I consider not only to be his best movie, but one of the greatest horror films of all time. Scream doesn't just reinvent the slasher genre, it absolutely f***s. And it's a film that continues to shape my love for horror to this day. Here are my thoughts on Wes Craven's 1996 masterpiece, Scream. I even wore my Ghostface t-shirt for it.
You like scary movies?
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite scary movie?
I don't know.
You have to have a favorite. What comes to mind?
Halloween.
Scream's opening with Drew Barrymore as Ghostface's first victim doesn't just set up the events of the film and the franchise, it completely flips audiences' expectations. Barrymore was the biggest name in the cast and heavily featured her in the marketing, so killing her off in the first 10 minutes was a bold, risky move that paid off perfectly. It immediately told viewers this isn't your typical slasher film, and Barrymore absolutely killed it in the role, making her short screen time unforgettable.
Well, whatever works for you.
From there, Scream plays out like a slasher with a twist, balancing genuine scares with sharp meta-commentary about horror films. On the surface, it follows the familiar beats, but the constant question of who is Ghostface gives it a whodunit edge. The film pokes fun at horror tropes, mocks them even, but because the characters are aware of those tropes themselves, it keeps the audience on edge. The use of metafiction deserves its own spotlight. What I love is how naturally it's woven into the film. Characters don't wink at the camera or break the fourth wall. Instead, they casually discuss horror movies, especially in the iconic scene where Randy explains the rules of surviving a horror film. Out of all the movies that use meta-references, none of it does it better than Scream.
I like those odds.
The characters themselves are memorable, but it's the cast that makes them iconic. Neve Campbell is outstanding as Sidney Prescott, one of the greatest final girls of all time. Courtney Cox and David Arquette bring so much personality to their roles as Gail and Dewey, while Matthew Lillard is absolutely unhinged and hilarious as Stu. Rose McGowan's Tatum, Jamie Kennedy's film geek Randy, and even Henry Winkler's small role as the principal all stand out too. Then there's Billy Loomis. He's an interesting character, as the film constantly teases whether he's Ghostface or not. But I'll be honest, I always felt Skeet Ulrich's performance was the weakest of the main cast. He does the job, but he doesn't quite have the same energy or presence as the others. A different actor might have given Billy a lot more weight.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Visually, Scream isn't flashy, but it doesn't need to be. This is a story-driven film, and Craven's direction elevates it beautifully. Mark Owen's cinematography delivers some great shots, and the editing keeps the pacing tight. Craven understood how to build suspense with precision, letting the scares and tension come out naturally from the story. The technical side of the screen also shines through Marco Barami's fantastic score, which perfectly sets the mood, tone and atmosphere. On top of that, the needle drops capture the mid-90s vibe while grounding the characters in a believable world. Every piece of the puzzle, from the sound to the visuals, feels meticulously crafted. Magnificent! And I'm not the only one who really loves this film. Another massive fan of Scream is actor and friend of the channel, Justin Doyle. I haven't worked with Justin in a long time, so I thought I'd invite him on to share his thoughts on why this movie still hits. Take it away, Justin.
Hey, it's Justin here to talk to you about Scream and why I loved it so much. You know, this movie came out when I was getting into my teenage years, and the first time I saw it was actually over at my house, and I was watching it with friends, and it was for like a birthday party, and the phone rang during the movie, and we, being young kids, definitely was scared and could not believe that had happened. And that is actually a good point for me to tell you why I love this movie so much, is because it's actually scary. This movie could actually happen, and when you put teenagers in at risk, and you are a teenager yourself, like, you feel like it could be you and it could happen to you, not like, you know, a zombie apocalypse or whatever, but an actual killer who is psychotic and maybe even somebody that you know, and that's just so terrifying. And that's why I just thought this movie was so well done. Plus, it really was unique and different to the other horror movies that we had seen in the past. You also had a great cast, you know, a great 90s cast, and something that was actually attainable as far as that could happen in your life. And it also sparked a whole franchise. I mean, now we have about 7 movies with it, and a TV show that was out on MTV. But I mean, yeah, it was just something unique to the movie realm in that sort of time. And now we have a whole franchise, and I'm happy for it. And yeah, that is reasons why I love Scream so much.
Thanks, Justin. Before I get into my final thoughts on Scream, I just wanted to quickly mention something. From now on, I'll be uploading a new video every 3 days instead of 2. Between other projects and the time it takes to make these videos, I think this change will help me put out even more better videos than before and put more effort into each and every one. If you want to keep this channel going, remember to hit that like button, subscribe to Friday Night Flicks, and follow us on social media so you don't miss a single scare. Also, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you love Scream as much as me and Justin do? Please let me know and drop it in the comments down below. And also check out all my past reviews, including my ranking of all 6 Scream films. Now, back to the video.
But I want it now!
Overall, Scream is a timeless masterpiece and still one of the greatest horror films of all time. The writing, directing, performances, editing and score all come together to make it a true standout. Sure, I might be a little biased that Scream is the first entry in my favourite horror franchise, but honestly, this is still the best of the series and its impact on horror is undeniable. I'm giving Scream an obvious rating of a 10 out of 10 and a 5 out of 5 stars. It's in my top 10 favourite horror films ever, and it's one I've been eager to cover since starting this channel. I'm so glad I chose to push it forward to honour the genius that is Wes Craven.
Oh, well, it was nice while it lasted, right?
Sure. It was nice while it lasted.
Thank you all for watching, everyone. Stay spooky.